You ever sit in silence and know you're right? Not guess, not hope. No, know so deep in your bones it burns hotter than rage. But you don't lash out. You don't react. You don't scream, punch, cry, or beg. You just wait. That's where the power lives. Not in noise, not in chaos, in stillness. The world trained you to react, trained you to chase approval, trained you to defend yourself the moment someone questions your worth. They taught you to flinch, to explain, to justify, to crumble under pressure just to make things right. Let me ask you something. Who benefits from that? It's not you. It's them. They keep you spinning. Emotional, unstable, unsure. Because as long as you're reacting, you're not thinking. And when you're not thinking, you're losing. Every time you speak in desperation, you give away leverage. Every time you fight to prove yourself, you're letting them win. But here's the truth. You don't need to prove a damn thing. Your power, it's in the calm. The storm is outside. Let it rage. You stay grounded. Because when the dust settles, and it always does, they'll look around and realize something terrifying. You never moved. You didn't collapse. You didn't fall apart. You didn't beg for understanding. You didn't need their validation to breathe. You stood in silence, like a mountain that doesn't care if the wind screams. And that's when regret hits them like a freight train, because by the time they see it, it's too late. That's the move. The art of letting people realize their mistake when they can't undo it anymore. That's the strategy of the disciplined, of the masters, of the ones who don't play games. They end them. But here's the catch. It takes more strength to stay calm than to explode. More courage to wait than to rush. More confidence to do nothing when everyone expects you to break. This is psychological warfare. And you're not fighting them. You're fighting you. Your inner voice is your greatest enemy. It wants to scream. It wants to throw the punch. It wants to destroy before it can be destroyed. But that's fear. Fear of being misunderstood. Fear of being underestimated. Fear of being forgotten. And listen to me, fear is a liar. You don't conquer it by shouting louder. You conquer it by going still. You conquer it by standing tall when your world tells you to kneel. You want to be unstoppable? Master this. Because silence is not weakness. Silence is strategy. Let me tell you a story. There was a man, calm, quiet, overlooked. People mocked him, ignored him, counted him out. They thought his silence meant weakness. They thought his patience meant he had no teeth. Until one day, he moved. One step, one strike, one decision, and the entire room changed. Why? Because while they were busy underestimating him, he was calculating. Every word they said, noted. Every action, filed away. He didn't miss a thing. Because when you're calm, you see everything. And when the time came, he didn't argue. He didn't defend. He just executed. By the time they realized what he was doing, it was done. He took everything, silently, completely. Now let me ask you something. Do you want to be loud, or do you want to be effective? Because most people, they want attention. They want to be seen. They want to feel important in the moment. But the elite, they want control. They want timing. They want dominance that doesn't fade with applause. They don't need to be the first to speak. They need to be the last to A. That's the kind of power you build in silence. The kind that doesn't beg for a spotlight. It creates one when it moves. Let people doubt you. Let them misunderstand you. Let them laugh, walk away, disrespect, manipulate, betray. Good. Let them dig their hole. You? Stay calm, because they're not hurting you. They're building your stage. They just don't know it yet. Here's what most people don't get. Patience is a weapon, not the passive kind, not the sit around and do nothing kind. I'm talking about the patience of a warrior, the kind that waits with eyes open, the kind that doesn't flinch under pressure, the kind that sees 10 moves ahead while everyone else is swinging blindly in the dark. See, the world runs on reaction. People get offended in seconds. They panic in minutes. They ruin their lives in hours. Because they can't stay still. They can't hold the line. But you're different. You're not here to play that game. You're here to break it. You hold your tongue because your words are too powerful to waste. You hold your move because your actions are too final to be used lightly. You hold your fire until it's time to strike, and when it is, there will be nothing left. You want to win in life? You want to dominate? You want to shut your enemies down so hard they can't even speak your name without tasting regret? Then listen close. Let them make the mistake. Let them talk. Let them assume. Let them laugh. Let them. Because the more they reveal themselves, the more you get to see. The more they expose their weakness. And the calmer you stay, the more power you gain. Because here's what calm really is. Calm is control. Control over your mind. Control over your emotions. Control over your narrative. And control over your future. And if you can't control yourself, you'll never control the outcome. Every outburst, it's a leak in your power. Every need to respond, a crack in your armor. Every time you try to correct their view of you, you hand them the pen and let them write your story. Nah, that ends today. From now on, you write the story. And if they don't get it, let them stay confused. If they walk away, let them. If they try to make you look weak, let them try. Because when your silence doesn't shake, when your moves don't come quick, when your energy doesn't change just because someone else lost control, you become undeniable. See, they expected noise. They expected a reaction. They expected you to fold, break, prove, beg. But instead, you just kept building. You trained in the dark. You sharpened the blade. You leveled up while they laughed. And by the time they realized you weren't gone, you were just getting ready. It was already too late. Let me paint the picture for you. There's a battlefield. One side is yelling, throwing punches in the air, running wild. They feel big in the moment, loud, chaotic. And on the other side, there's one, calm, still, focused, eyes locked, breathing steady. And when the dust settles, he's the last one standing. Because power that's loud burns fast. But power that's controlled, it lasts. You want a legacy? You want revenge without lifting a finger. You want them to choke on the silence they thought meant weakness? Then get strategic. Train yourself to hear the insult and not respond. Train yourself to feel the disrespect and keep moving. Train yourself to see the betrayal and smile. Not because you're weak, not because you don't care, but because you know who you are, and you don't have to prove it. You're not here for temporary validation. You're here for permanent victory. Because the truth, most people burn their bridges out of ego. They light fires thinking you'll run through them to explain yourself. Don't. Let the fire burn. Let the bridge fall. You don't need to go back. You're building something so far beyond them that one day they'll look back. They'll see the path. They'll remember the moment they walked away from you like you were nothing. And they'll realize they chose wrong. But they won't get a second chance. That's the cost of playing games with someone who was dead serious the whole time. You were real. You were solid. You were consistent. And they gambled with it like it was disposable. So now, they can live with the silence while you move in power. Let me give you a law. Memorize this. Never interrupt your enemy while they're destroying themselves. You don't need to interfere. You don't need to defend. Let them dig their own grave. Let them sabotage their own future. Let them burn every bridge that leads to you. Because while they're wasting energy trying to paint you the villain, you're just becoming too successful to even notice. And when your name comes up, it won't be with pride. It'll be with shame. It'll be a whisper, a regret, a wound that never closes. Because the truth, you were the best thing they ever had access to, and they'll never get that chance again. That's the price of mistaking calm for weakness. That's the consequence of thinking silence means surrender. But you know better now. You ever watch someone beg for attention? They talk louder. They move faster. They do more trying to be seen, trying to be validated, trying to prove they matter. It's sad because the louder they get, the more invisible they become. You know why? Because real power doesn't need to be loud. Real power doesn't move in desperation. Real power is still. It's controlled. It's focused. It waits. And when it moves, everything shifts. See, they thought your silence meant insecurity. They thought your stillness meant confusion. They thought your patience meant weakness. But what they didn't understand was strategy. You weren't reacting because you were studying. You weren't defending because you were preparing. You weren't explaining because you were evolving. And by the time they understood the storm you were becoming, they were already in its path. And there's no mercy for those who mocked the silence. Let me be clear. You owe them nothing. Not an explanation. Not an apology. Not a warning. Let your success speak where your words used to. Let your actions scream where your voice once tried. Let your presence be so sharp it cuts without sound. And when they come back, because they always do, looking for the person they once ignored, betrayed, disrespected, they'll find someone they no longer recognize. Because you didn't wait around. You didn't slow down. You didn't let their absence define your presence. You built in silence. You evolved in solitude. You became a force. And now they see it. They feel it. And there's nothing they can do about it. That's the difference between you and them. They were looking for reactions. You were creating results. They were trying to win arguments. You were focused on winning wars. They were obsessed with attention. You were building legacy because you learned something they never understood. Calm isn't the opposite of power. Calm is where power lives. It's where it breathes. It's where it grows. You don't need to match their chaos. You don't need to play their games. You don't need to stoop to their level to beat them. You rise above. You lead from within. You master yourself. And the moment you do that, you become untouchable. You think a lion loses sleep over the opinions of sheep? No, the lion doesn't roar to prove it's the king. It walks like it knows. That's you. You don't explain your strength. You embody it. You don't chase respect. You command it. You don't respond to noise. You silence it with presence. And when the moment comes, you'll move once, just once, and everything they thought they knew about you will shatter. Because people can't process quiet strength. They're used to noise. They're addicted to chaos. They don't know what to do with stillness. It makes them nervous. It forces them to confront their own weakness. Your calm becomes their discomfort. Your discipline becomes their exposure. Your silence becomes their nightmare. And the best part? You never had to lift a finger. You never had to say a word. You just had to stay still. Stay grounded. Stay in control. Because when you hold that line, when you stop defending yourself and start believing in yourself, the shift happens. Not out there. In here. Something inside you locks in. A quiet switch. A steel resolve. An inner voice that says, I don't need to prove anything. I just need to keep moving. And that voice becomes your command center. That voice becomes your foundation. That voice becomes your dominance. Because this isn't about ego. It's about mission. It's not about revenge. It's about evolution. And you don't evolve by screaming. You evolve by executing every day, every hour, relentless, focused, unmoved. That's how you win. Not with noise, with silence and results. They won't see it coming because they never saw you coming. You were invisible to them until it was too late. And that's the sweetest victory, to be underestimated, ignored, dismissed, only to rise so high they can't even reach where you stand now. And when they look up, they won't see the version they left behind. They'll see the version they created by mistaking your silence for surrender. All right, warrior, buckle up. This is no gentle pep talk. This is a fight. A raw, unfiltered surge of power straight to your soul. You're not here to drift. You're not here to doubt. You're here to rise, to grab life by the throat and make it bow. You're standing on the edge, chaos all around, people screaming, doubting, pointing fingers. They think they've got you figured out. They think they can predict your next move. Let them. Stay calm, breathe deep, feel the storm raging inside you, but don't let it spill. Not yet. That's your power. That's your edge. They don't see it coming. They don't realize the beast you're holding back. And when they do, too late. Too damn late. Life isn't a game of chance. It's a war. Every day you're in the trenches, fighting fears, fighting failures, fighting the voices, inside and out, that say you're not enough. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. You are enough. Right now, as you are, flawed, bruised, battle-scarred. That's not weakness. That's proof. Proof you've survived. Proof you've got grit. Proof you're a warrior forged in fire. And warriors don't cower. Warriors strike. Let's talk about them. The doubters, the haters, the ones who smirk and whisper, "You'll never make it." They're not your enemy. They're your fuel. Every snide remark, every rolled eye, every "you can't," pile it up. Stack it high. That's your ammunition. They think they're breaking you. They're wrong. They're building you. Let them talk. Let them laugh. Stay calm. Stay silent. Let them dig their own graves with their words, because when you rise, and you will rise, they'll choke on their own regret. Picture this: a kid named Marcus. Skinny, quiet, grew up in a nowhere town with nowhere people. Everyone said he'd amount to nothing. Teachers ignored him. Friends ditched him. Even his own family shrugged. He's just Marcus. But Marcus had something, a spark, a hunger. He didn't scream it. He didn't beg for attention. He stayed calm, worked in the shadows. Lifted weights in a basement with no heat, studied books no one else touched. Years later, Marcus walks into his high school reunion, ripped, confident, running a business that employs half the town. The same people who laughed, silent, stunned, too late. Marcus didn't need their approval. He built his empire while they slept. Be Marcus. You've got that spark too. I know it. You feel it. That restless itch in your chest, that voice whispering, "There's more." Listen to it. Feed it. The world wants you tame, docile. A sheep in the herd. Screw that. You're a lion, a predator. And predators don't beg for permission. They take what's theirs. But here's the trick. You don't roar yet. You stalk, you plan, you strike when the moment's right. That's the psychology of power. Patience isn't weakness, it's control. Let's rewire your mind. Right now, your brain's a machine. It's been programmed by society, by pain, by every no you've ever heard. Time to flip the switch. Doubt? Crush it. Fear? Burn it. Excuses? Bury them. Repeat this: I am unstoppable. Say it out loud, louder. Feel it vibrate in your bones. That's not just words, that's a command. Your subconscious hears it. It obeys. Every time you say it, you carve a new groove in your mind. A groove of strength, a groove of victory. You're not hoping to win, you're deciding to win. Think about a time you failed. Go there. Feel it. That sting, that weight. Maybe it was a job you lost, a dream that crashed, a person who walked away. It hurt. It's scarred. But you're still here, still standing. That's not failure. That's training. Every fall taught you something. Every bruise made you tougher. The world didn't end. You didn't break. You adapted. You grew. Now take that pain and wield it. It's not a burden, it's a blade. Sharpen it. Use it. Cut through anything standing in your way. They'll try to stop you. Oh, they'll try. With their rules, their judgments, their petty little games. Let them. Stay calm, smile, nod. Then do what you were going to do anyway. They don't own you. They don't control you. You do. That's the secret they'll never grasp. Power isn't loud. It's quiet. It's steady. It's the man who walks through fire without flinching. The woman who builds her castle while they throw stones. Be that. Live that. Let me tell you a story. Christine. Single mom. 2 jobs. No sleep. Everyone said she'd never climb out. Just survive, they told her. Survive? Screw surviving. Christine wanted to thrive. She stayed calm, didn't snap when the bills piled up, didn't cry when the car broke down. She planned, she fought, took night classes, started a side hustle. 5 years later, she's got her own house, her own company, her kids in college. The ones who pitied her, they're begging for jobs. Too late. Christine didn't wait for a handout. She built her own ladder. B.E. Christine. You're not here to play small. You're not here to fit in. You're here to disrupt, to shake the ground, to leave a mark so deep they'll talk about you for generations. But it starts now, today. Not tomorrow, not when I'm ready. Now. Imperfect, messy, raw. That's how legends are born. Not in comfort, not in safety. In the mud, in the fire. In the moments you choose to stand when everyone else kneels. Let's talk about your mind again. It's sneaky. It'll trick you. Whisper. You're tired. You're weak. Give up. That's the old programming, the default. Smash it. Replace it. When it says, I can't, you say, watch me. When it says, I'm done, you say, I'm just starting. Train it like a dog. Command it. Own it. Your mind doesn't rule you. You rule it. That's the shift. That's the power. Once you master that, nothing can stop you. Feel that heat building? That's not anger. That's not fear. That's purpose. It's waking up. It's clawing its way out. Let it. Don't cage it. Don't tame it. Unleash it. You've been asleep too long, numb too long. The world's been kicking you, and you've been taking it. No more. Stand up, straighten your spine, look life in the eye, and say, I'm coming for you. Mean it, feel it. They'll notice, the ones who doubted you, the ones who wrote you off. They'll see the change, the fire in your step, the steel in your gaze. They'll squirm, they'll wonder, what happened? Let them wonder, let them guess. You don't owe them answers. You don't owe them a damn thing. Your success is your reply. Your life is your revenge. And when they realize they underestimated you, when they see the giant you've become, too late, too damn late. You're a force, a hurricane, a tidal wave, but you don't crash yet. You build, you gather, you grow stronger with every breath. That's the art of war. That's the psychology of winning. They expect you to break, to lash out, to quit. Don't. Stay calm. Let them think they've won. Let them relax. Then boom, you hit them with everything you've got. Not with fists, not with words, with results, with action, with a life so big, so bold they can't look away. Repeat this. I am the storm. Say it, feel it. That's not hype. That's truth. You've got chaos in you, sure, but you've got power too. Direct it, aim it, use it to carve your path. The world doesn't give you what you want. You take it, not by force, by will, by hustle, by refusing to bend. That's your birthright. That's your destiny. Claim it. Now, let's talk about fear. It's there, always will be. It's the shadow behind every dream, the weight on every step. Don't run from it. Don't hide. Face it. Stare it down. Say, you don't own me. Fear's a liar. It tells you you'll fail. It tells you you're small. Prove it wrong. Every time you act, every time you push, it shrinks. You grow. You win. Fear doesn't disappear, it surrenders. Make it your servant, not your master. You've got a choice. Right now, this second, stay the same, safe, quiet, invisible, or step up, loud, fierce, unstoppable. I know what you're picking. I see it in you. That hunger, that fight. You're not here to coast. You're here to conquer, so do it. Start small if you have to. One push-up, one call, one risk, then another, then another. Stack those wins. Build that momentum. Soon you're a freight train. Nothing stops you. Nothing. They'll try to pull you back. Know your place, they'll say. Don't get too big. Smile, nod, then ignore them. Your place? It's wherever you damn well choose. Your limits? You set them, not them, never them. They're scared, scared of what you'll become. Good. Let them tremble. Let them watch. You're not here to please them. You're here to pass them. Here's the deep cut, the emotional gut punch. You've lost things, people, dreams, moments you can't get back. It stings, it haunts, but it's not the end. It's the beginning. Every loss is a lesson. Every tear is fuel. You're not defined by what's gone. You're defined by what you do with it. Take that pain, mold it. Turn it into something so fierce, so unbreakable, the universe itself steps back. That's your power. That's your legacy. You're halfway there. Feel that? The shift? The energy? It's not just words. It's you. Waking up, rising up. This isn't a script anymore. It's a movement. You're part of it. Leading it. The intensity's climbing. The stakes are higher. This isn't about surviving now. It's about dominating. About owning every second, every breath, every chance. You ready? Good. Because we're not slowing down. Let's talk about time. It's slipping. Every tick, every talk. You don't get it back. That's the fire under your ass. That's the clock you're racing. Don't waste it. Don't squander it. Every day's a battle. Every hour's a chance. Grab it. Wring it dry. Leave nothing on the table. You're not promised tomorrow, so make today count. Make it loud. Make it yours. They'll see it soon. The ones who doubted, the ones who judged. They'll see you climbing, shining, thriving. And they'll wonder how. Let them wonder. Let them stew. You don't explain. You don't justify. You show. Your life becomes the proof. Your success becomes the story. And when they realize they should have believed in you, when they see the titan you've become, too late. Too damn late. Another warrior, Lauren, refugee, fled war with nothing but a backpack, landed in a country that didn't want her, worked 3 jobs, learned the language in stolen hours. People sneered. She's nobody. Lauren stayed calm, kept grinding, got a degree, built a nonprofit. Now she's saving lives, hundreds of them. The ones who sneered, they're begging for her help. Too late. Lauren didn't wait for their approval. She made her own path. Be Lauren. You're not average. You're not ordinary. Stop acting like it. Stop thinking like it. You're a force of nature, a spark that ignites forests, a wave that drowns mountains. But you've got to move. Now, not later, not someday. Action is your oxygen. Motion is your blood. Stand still and you rot. Move and you rule. That's the law of the jungle. That's the law of you. Let's plant this deep, subconscious deep. You're not just hearing me, you're becoming this. Every word's a seed, every sentence a root. It's growing, taking hold, rewriting who you are. You're not the old you anymore. That version's dead, buried. This is the new you, the warrior you, the unstoppable you. Feel it sinking in, feel it locking in. You can't unhear this. You can't unfeel this. It's yours now, forever. The intensity's peaking. Can you taste it? The air's electric, the ground's shaking. This is your moment, your line in the sand. Cross it. No hesitation, no apologies. You're not asking for permission. You're taking command. The world's yours. The fight's yours. The victory's yours. Claim it. Live it. This is it. The end game. The crescendo. You're not the same person who started reading this. You're sharper, stronger, hungrier. You've got fire in your veins and steel in your spine. You're not just ready. You're unleashed. The world's waiting. The doubters are watching. Let them. Stay calm. Let them think they've got you pegged. Then strike. Rise. Dominate. Let them realize their mistake when it's too late. Too damn late. Go now. Move. Act. Build. Fight. Win. You're not a spectator. You're the storm. You're not a dreamer. You're the doer. This is your life. Your war. Your triumph. Take it. Own it. And never, never look back. You're unstoppable. You're unbreakable. You're you, and that's enough. More than enough. Now go out there and show them. Show them all.